Hey there out in Tuberland, it's me, Zelen. So I'm really sorry about it taking so long to upload a video. I had a whole series of like 5 videos showing you all my witchy stuff, and I had technical difficulties with my camera, with the computer, and now the light in my closet doesn't work. That's okay. Today I decided to pull everything out so I can kind of do an inventory of everything that I have. And then I figured it was just perfect time to show you what I've got. So I will show you right now. And as you can see, I've laid it all out on the bed. So I can start over here. This is all my incenses. So this here is, this is actually incense potpourri. So you don't burn it, but it's very, very odoriferous. And the cool thing about this is, the place that I was living in before, it was frowned upon for me to have incense burning because one of the landlords, was allergic to smoke. And if I had stuff burning in the basement, he would freak out and then start sabotaging things and all this. So it was just easier for me to avoid that. But yeah, so it's actually pretty cool. I was told that one stick is supposed to last 4 months, and that's definitely not false advertising, my dears. Let's see what else I've got here. This is a lavender bundle that I made. I've not used it yet. But what it is the stalks that's left over from when I'm collecting lavender buds. And I've also got a store-bought white sage. And then these, I've all gotten these at Army Navy. These are all from Army Navy. So I've got Dragon's Bloods, which is my favorite. I've got Cannabis, which there's a couple of deities that really like the smell that I work with. I've got honey, frankincense, lemongrass, eucalyptus, amber, and spearmint. So that's all my incense. I also have a little box floating around in here somewhere of like questionable little sticks from a dollar store, and I use them as well, but not, these are my nicer ones. I'm kind of steering away from those. This is my big old jar, which I don't know if you can see very well. It's charcoal blocks. So, big old jar of charcoal blocks. And this is something I had collected when I was in my previous apartment and could never use. So I finally get to use them. I'm really excited. These are a couple of my candle holders. One of the other reasons why everything's out on the bed like this is I'm setting up my new altar right beside our bed. So I'm kind of going through and figuring out what I want to have on this altar and stuff. But these are usually my altar, my God and Goddess candles. And then I have a third blue candle holder, which is over there, that has right now a green candle that I was doing a prosperity spell with. And it will usually have the candle that I'm working with at the moment on it. These guys, though, they're from the dollar store. They come in all sorts of different colors, but I really like this deep cobalt blue color. So I got them all in cobalt blue, which I really like. And the other candle holders that I have, I've got these guys, which there's one that's like smooth and one that's like, it's all pointy. It gets way straighter. And I used to have a couple of pillars. And so the pointy one I used for the god and the smooth one I used for the goddess, for the pillars. And I'm thinking of using them again. I found a place where I can get big old pillars real cheap. So, and the only other candle holder that I have at this point is this one, which I think is super cute and super witchy. It's for tea lights mainly, but you can put votives in there. You can fit a votive in there, but it's mainly for tea lights. I like all little stars, and it looks really nice as a background. So yeah, and then let's see here. That I can show you guys later. These are all my candles. every time I go to the dollar store, I find black candles. I buy a whack of them. So I've got tons of black candles. And I've got silver and gold and silver ones for different Sabbats. I just found these really cool, like, lime green ones. 2 candles for $1. You can go wrong with that, right? And I've got, like, red ones and all sorts of colors. And another thing that I found at the dollar store up here is these 7-day glass ones. And I just took the label off. And this is actually in my display that I talked about in a previous video. These were actually in the display. And I really like them. I can't wait to use them. I did singe the wick a little bit before they went into display because it's just silly to have like a perfectly white wick on a candle. And then this one I got as a Valentine's Day present from my dad years ago. And it's has like hearts and swirlies all over it. But it might make a good kind of romance thing. The other candle holders that I do have is I literally have like a box of these. These are like the little cheapy ones from IKEA for tea lights. I've got a whole box of them in every color. Some of them are frosted, some of them aren't. Yeah, so I've got tons of those. And the other things that I have here that I'm going to have to do this in a couple of videos, but as you can tell, I'm not very organized. One other thing that I have is I have a lot of these, what these are, is they're flags. So like this. These ones kind of stuck together a little bit, but these are from the actual display, so they're sticking together because I had to use double-sided tape, and there's a residue on them. But they're kind of, the idea is like Tibetan prayer flags, and I actually have a set of Tibetan prayer flags, which are really fun. And they make great decorations for holidays and stuff. And these are all my altar cloths. This is my big altar cloth, which fits over the cabinet that I have this all in most of the time. And this was made for the display. So, there's that one. And I dyed this one myself. And these ones here I all got at either dollar or thrift stores, or kind of hand-me-downs. Most of them are bandanas, but I think bandanas work really well. So this one here is camouflage. I've got a Halloweeny one with little ghosts. I've got a red one, which I got at a thrift store. Got a green one, which I'll try to show you this one laid out. When I first left my ex-husband, I'll show you what I had later on, but this was one of the first things I bought, was this altar cloth and this one here. The other two were given to me as bandanas, but, I figured I needed at least 2, one for spring to fall, and the other one for fall to winter. And this one here I got at a Japanese store, which has the arrow pattern on it, and it's a big-ish one. The only reason I don't like it is it's made out of nylon, so it's kind of slippery, but that's not a big deal. So, let's show you a couple more things here. This here's my ritual pipe for offerings, which... No, Cleo, you don't want to use this. It's an eyeball. Some of the deities that I work with like to get smoke offerings, and so this is the pipe that I use. I typically use tobacco, or I'll use, what's it called? Like natural smoke kind of stuff. But I haven't, as you can tell, with this one, I haven't used it yet. But it's just cool. And I've got it if I want to, if I feel the need to. So we're at 10 minutes now. I'm going to make a part 2.